Any suggestions? I like the way you spell that. To get into ghost production industry. I'm content with my music, but I don't like playing shows. Feel you, bro. I said it a couple streams ago about, dude, I wish I could ghost produce for somebody. That would be amazing. I would say concentrate less on ghost production because I know it's fun and it's a great idea, but placements, I think there'd be a better outcome because if you think about it, when you're ghost producing, you have to find somebody that has a big project and a bunch of money that wants to find people to write music for them. Whereas if they're placements, you're essentially getting all of your ideas, whether they're half-assed or not, whether they're complete or just ideas or demos, like that, and you can make a folder of like 50 ideas. There are huge companies, labels, everybody that look for that, and they will take a song or an idea. Like, I'll give you an example. You could send like 16 bars with a bridge, a top line vocal on it. That's your voice. That's all original. That could be used from somebody else. They'll take whatever you did, pay you for it, give you percentages, finish it, and put it out as shit. You know what I'm saying? So that would probably be a lot safer and easier. I mean, it's still going to be hard, but ghost production is more like people you know. You meet somebody and they're like, yo, I'd like to do this. But yeah, look into working on placements. It's a lot easier. It's a lot more friendly. Probably same amount of work, but once you get some good placements, then you get some good credits. That's how you get platinum records, gold records, awards, residual payment. Do you still release some Trippy Burger stuff? No, Trippy Burger kind of morphed into Shred, and then Shred kind of vominosed, kind of just erased. I did whole, obviously, palette cleanse. You know, if you've been a long time fan, you know I like to do a bunch of shit, and I'm currently working on a lot of shit. Not a big deal, but I am getting fucked right now on some private business shit, but I'm getting fucked. And it's not completely fucked, but I'm currently in the middle of getting fucked. It's going to be fine and everything's going to be cool. But I have like, right now I'm here. The goal is here. The situation I'm in is the line connecting here to the future. But because I'm trying to live present, I'm not tripping on it. But something has come from the nether realm and is trying to fuck me. So I'm going to get through this fuck, and then I'm going to have another clothing brand, have another imprint, have everything. It's going to be really fucking cool. Just got to be beige. You ever find out what was causing the headaches? Dude, I posted that shit on fucking Instagram, just a clip about my experience with the vaccine. I don't read any of the comments, but it went from like 80 people commented to 300 to yesterday was at like 500 something. And it's just people arguing, bro, about the shit. The headache was from the nose shit, which was from the vaccine shit, which was from this. And I did see some people talking about, oh, it's the cocaine. Oh, it's all the loud music. Bro, I take care of my ears. I haven't done coke in years. I fucking am healthy as shit. So I will adjust my statement for all those pussies that are arguing about a fucking vaccine that happened years ago. No one gives a shit about it anymore. My experience with the vaccine fucked up my ears and my sinuses, caused me brutal headaches all the time. And all of it stemmed from problems I had as a kid. And then when I had the vaccine, those problems came back and got worse. The headaches have gotten better. Surgeries, medicines, practices, stopped vaping. That helped a lot. Keep the arguments coming, honestly. It's really good for my interactions, bro. People need to chill. Everybody in those comments, bro, I'm sure none of them are in here because they're all probably over the age of 40. Find a hobby, okay? Find a hobby. I'll tell you this, people like that are arguing in comments about vaccines that are clipped from a stream. If those people had something to do, like, I don't know, solve a video game Easter egg that has been ongoing for about 12 years, it'd be solved. There'd be a lot more progress in the world. There'd be a lot better escape rooms if people like that found hobbies. Headaches are better though. Okay, here we go. Back to the good questions. If you could see any band, artist, dead or alive, you already know what I'm going to say. Mac Dre. I will say that until I'm dead. But besides Mac Dre, Hers, big fan of Hers. I named my old cat after one of their songs, Harvey. And yeah, I found out about Hers, getting in their stuff years ago. Then I found out they fucking died. And it sucked because I was loving them. And they're still great. I listen to them all fucking time. Yeah, probably Hers. They're fucking great. Amazing. MF Doom, obviously, yes. Slim Shady, but I know he's still alive. But the Slim Shady that I grew up on, I'm not wishing Eminem would go back to that style because I respect evolution of an artist. But I would love to be at one of those sweaty ass fucking rap clubs. He's just talking shit. That would be great. I would love to see Mac Miller again. Would you rather uncontrollably moo during deep conversations or bark every time someone says hello? Damn. That's a $5 question right there. I would probably bark every time someone says hello because it is control. I feel like uncontrollably mooing would get really frustrating, especially if you're trying to do boss shit like myself. If you're a boss, dude, you can't be mooing. at Peeps, but I do think barking every time someone says hello, it'd be good because you could figure out a way to like make it your thing. That's my boy Tanner. He barks. What? Yeah, he barks. You could test it. Go up to him, say hello, and then you could change up the bark, customize your bark, dude. Japanese bark, Chinese bark, Indian bark, tan bark, tree bark. You could do so many different kinds of barks, dude. Question about DJ set play, fest versus tour, top, mid, low bill, your highest paid set, thoughts on Sleep Token, Fave Fest. Okay, we're going to start with Sleep Token because whatever's happening with that guy, someone needs to take notes. One day I wake up, I'm doom scrolling. Thank you, race car. There's a lot of professional race car drivers around here. Fuck. I wake up one morning and see a picture of some dude and then the bio says Sleep Token. Cool. Keep scrolling. You know, see some fail videos, see some unboxing, some cool ASMR, see some titties, some ass, see another Sleep Token. I'm like, okay, cool. Never heard of this guy. Never mentioned him. I don't know why this is still popping up on my shit. That happens for about a week. Every day I start seeing more and more shit about Sleep Token. So that alone, respect. I don't know who he is. Don't know his music. But something is happening to force him into my algorithm, timeline, everything. So hella respect, because that's cool. Favorite festival? Lollapalooza. Years ago, I ended the set with Tara Reid. There's 40,000 people. That's what I was told. I never double checked that, but it's a cool number to say. I did full Getter set. Oliver Tree came out before he was giant. Did some Tara Reid. There's videos of it. One of the craziest fucking shows. One of the most, because the thing about festivals is when you're DJing, any show is like, it's completely separate from rap. When you're DJing, it's for the crowd. It's depending on the crowd. You need to read the crowd. That's why I don't like to plan my sets. If I have 50 songs in a set, I'll have 20 backups for depending on the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could start with really heavy shit, or like if the crowd isn't moving, something needs to change. You know what I'm saying? You'll start out playing hella heavy shit. If they're not feeling it, you try some, Troy Boy fucking sexy ass shit. You try with some rap. You try with some this, some that. Are you asking about payment? Usually festivals pay the most, especially foreign festivals, oddly enough. I remember my first big paid show being, I think it was 10K, was like my first big old check. With my career, it was, you start out doing it for free, and then you start to kind of get momentum, and then people are like, a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there, blah, 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 blah. I'm actually not kidding when I say this. My first ever Getter show in my life was at UC Santa Cruz for an AIDS benefit concert to four people. Two of them were my homies and my mom. So the only other person there was the promoter. They gave me like $150. I was most nervous for that show, believe it or not. You do your thing, try your best to get on any shows. You should never worry about money at first. I'm telling you, get on any shows. It's all about the face. People want to see you. You want to meet people, make a good fucking impression. Don't get too fucked up. Show everybody a good time. Fucking kill that shit. Prices start to go up. Once you get to the festival circuit, that's when you start getting the most money. And I remember I got booked. Dude, when I was like 19 or 20 for $10,000 in Shenzhen, China, and they paid for the flight, the hotel. I didn't have a tour manager at the time. You don't really need one until you're making some significant money and doing like some pretty big shows. I was so excited, dude. I remember sitting in my hotel room by myself in Shenzhen, which is like a 20-hour flight, dude. There was nobody on my plane. I had a whole row to myself. They let me make a fort. There was some Asian dude a couple rows down from me. He almost died because he was on Xanax and drank wine. So that's cool. Yeah, very strange. That was my first high-paying gig. I'm not sure about my highest paying gig because it fluctuates a lot. You definitely make more festivals. Tour, I haven't done an EDM tour in so long. Whenever I do rap tours, it's mostly for the project. So if I'm just touring because of nothing, it's usually with other people. My favorite way to tour is a support slot on a rap tour because you pop in, you pop out. You're in and out, Yeah. Hope that answers your question, Caleb. Yeah, I do want to figure out the guest stuff. I got a lot of plans. And I'm going to be honest. Maybe I mentioned it before. I put a lot of effort and thought into a podcast that I was making with a friend of mine, and it fell through for reasons unknown. Sucks because I put a lot of work into it. But the good news is all of those ideas are still unused. So I'm going to start putting them into this. But like I said before, I'm kind of working on a empty tank. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on getting Peeps. But I like the way it's going now. I'm just going to keep it like this until I'm able to make all these plans happen. Plans involving listening to people's music and critiquing, having guests on. It's all coming for sure. That's definitely top prior after finishing the music that I have coming up. What cars have I had and what do I drive now? In high school, I had a 328i, 96, nothing but problems. And then I had a Jetta, I think 2003 or something. 2003 Jetta. And then I went carless for a little bit. About a year went by. Got an R8. That was my dream car. I traded in my old R8 for the new R8. Found out my old accountants were doing some illegal activity with my money and stealing from me. And lied about my lease or about my car that I thought I bought. Turns out I didn't buy it. So I modded it out, did all this work on it. And then the Audi hits me up like, yo, dude, like, what's good? We need this fucking car back. I had to give it back to him. yeah, so I had to get rid of the R8. Ended up getting a Model X. Loved that shit. And then traded that in for the Model S. So that's what I got now. It's 2022 Model S. Plaid. Love it. My favorite car. No, there's never a problem. Just getting into making music. So fun, but so frustrating. Any advice? Don't pigeonhole yourself. Don't put yourself in a box. Excuse me for talking and eating. But the more styles you make, the more doors open and the more possible ears and eyes are on you. Don't stick to a specific genre. It's also more fun. I can't tell you the last time I've had writer's block because obviously I do so many different types of music. So if I can't think of one thing, I'll jump to the other. I was actually thinking that on my way here. I think more people just need to make what they like. I mean, so many people that are like, yeah, I make this, but man, I love this. I'm like, dude, why don't you just do it? You know, you don't have to do everything professionally. That's the other thing is like music starts out as a hobby always, whether it's listening or making it. And if you start to not like it, it starts to feel like work, then it's not a hobby, then you're bummed out because you don't enjoy it anymore. If I were you and you're getting into making music, make whatever you like and then mix them together. Make whatever you want. Even if you don't know how to do it, try. Me and Daniel Sneak, when we first got into making music, we didn't even know what a piano roll was in like Ableton or whatever the fuck we were using, GarageBand. We didn't know you could physically write in MIDI into like a thing. So I remember we had GarageBand open trying to make a death metal song. And I swear on my fucking entire family, this is true. We're at my mom's house, plugged into like a really shitty audio interface. We didn't know what that was either. Dude, we took a Guitar Hero guitar for Xbox 360, the USB ones, and we're like, the only way to get notes on a piano roll is to use a piano or a MIDI controller. We plugged in a Guitar Hero guitar, and literally to do the double kick pedal, because we were using programmed drums, we took the little Guitar Hero thing and did this. And like tried as best we could to make fast kicks. Swear to God, do it. Like there's no rules. That's the other thing. Do whatever you want. Sample anything. Make anything. You don't need the nicest gear. You don't need fucking Mark Rebillet is a beautiful example, dude. One of the best artists of our time, in my opinion, especially with improv. Mark Rebillet, if you don't know, that's your fault. Everyone knows Mark Rebillet, one of the greatest. When I used to watch him back in the day, dude, he'd be in a coffee shop with like 4 people doing exactly what you see still to this day. All he uses is a computer, a keyboard, and like a loop pedal pad thing or whatever. You find the gear that you like. I don't even use gear, but you find some shit that you like, make whatever you want. Whatever you think you're good at. If you have a taste in something, boom, try it. If it doesn't work, there's infinite music. Infinite. You heard of hell what I was sent from it.